Last night, I decided to watch Selena Gomez's new documentary called My Mind and Me, and let me just tell you, a lot happens. It follows Selena through her struggles with lupus, dealing with her diagnosis of bipolar disorder, and struggling with fame and feeling like she's not fulfilling her purpose in life. A lot happened in this documentary, so we're gonna go ahead and go over everything and talk about a bit of the drama that's come from it. It's a mess, so let's get into it. My Mind and Me follows Selena's life from 2016 when she did her revival tour, all the way up to where Selena is today. A lot of news outlets have described this documentary as showcasing the isolation of a celebrity, but in a way, it also shows the isolation that people who have chronic illnesses and invisible illnesses deal with. There's so many times throughout this entire film where Selena is having a really bad day, either with her mental health or her lupus is flaring up, and at some points, it seems like the people around her don't fully understand, which is actually a huge reason why Selena's friends are being called out. The documentary opens up with Selena coming in for her final sound check on her revival tour. At this point in her life, she was broken up with Justin Bieber. It was all people could talk about, and it quickly became clear that she was struggling with trying to get people to see her as Selena, not Selena and Justin or Justin's ex. They end up showing Selena having a little bit of a breakdown after the rehearsal, and she was feeling really frustrated and down on herself about her performance, her outfit, everything. She was worried about it being too Disney Channel and not being able to break free from that image. She was asking the people who signed her if she sounded too young on stage, and she expressed how she felt like her past was starting to pull her back in, which is something a lot of Disney Channel stars struggle with. When you're known for being family friendly and performing under a Disney contract, it's hard to break free from that and sell the audience on who you really are. I mean, look at Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato. They both dealt with backlash from breaking free from their Disney image, so it's no wonder why Selena was so afraid to be sucked back into that. While Selena was backstage taking some time for herself, she also brought up Justin Bieber. Apparently she was contacted about doing a song with Justin, and she just kept saying to her friends like, when am I going to be good enough? When am I going to be good enough for people without having someone else attached to my name? Despite Selena's self-doubt, she ended up absolutely killing her tour, and honestly, you would have never guessed from the clips of her performing just how much she was doubting herself backstage. Most people would look at her and think that she's having the time of her life, but that wasn't the case. Selena ended up canceling her tour after 55 performances, saying her anxiety and panic attacks were getting too bad to continue. Both Selena's friends and her assistant said during this time she was telling people that she didn't want to be alive. Selena said that she was hearing voices, which led to her having a psychotic break and put her in a psychiatric hospital. Even Selena's mom said that she would go to bed every night and just hope Selena woke up the next day. The next scene flashes to 2019, and Selena announces that she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Selena knew that she had to keep learning about her diagnosis because she was afraid she would have another psychotic break and not come back this time. After that really dark period in her life, Selena ended up going back to her hometown to reconnect with herself and give us a look at her life before fame. She visited her old school, her old neighborhood, and her old friends. She was also allowed into the old house where she grew up in, and she even found writing on the wall declaring her love for Dylan and Cole Sprouse from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. She even got to stand in the very spot where she found out that she booked Barney, which launched her career and allowed her to move to LA at only 11 years old to start working. Selena's trip back home really made her realize what she was missing from her life. She craved genuine relationships with people. She wanted to help people, but she didn't feel like she was making those connections or helping anyone by doing what she was doing, and in some ways, it was leaving her feeling unfulfilled. Selena said when she finally just came out and admitted to people that she was sad, she was able to write her song, Lose You to Love Me, in only 45 minutes. She explained that the song was more about a lost love. She claims it's about choosing herself and choosing life. She talked about feeling haunted by a past relationship that no one seemed to want to let go of. Even to this very day, Justin Bieber, even though he's married, is still a huge topic when it comes to Selena. So many people can't seem to get past that relationship, but but Selena says that she had to, and she called that breakup the best thing that's ever happened to her. Selena also followed what her heart was telling her during her time in her hometown, and she finally booked a trip to Kenya with the weed charity, and that trip seemed to change a lot for her. When it came time for her to leave and head to London for her press tour, it was clear that she was really disinterested. They showed all these clips of Selena from these interviews almost being annoyed with the surface level questions. From people bringing up old relationships, asking her things like her favorite color, and reporters not acting interested when she brought up her plans for volunteering.
Do not do this if you're conducting an interview as a journalist.
I'm probably going to devote most of my life to philanthropy. Okay, that's it for me. Wow.
If someone shares something personal, you always ask a follow-up question that restates the person's answer. That way it shows you have empathy and curiosity in what matters most to them.
And a radio host from one of these interviews actually watched the documentary, and he made a TikTok pretty much apologizing to Selena, saying he regrets how dumb his question was.
I'm watching the Selena Gomez documentary. It cuts to her doing radio promo in London, and I ask the world's most stupid question.
Selena, you're single. It makes me really emotional, and I want to give you a hug and wrap you in a blanket and just talk about boys forever.
I think the point of the song is so that I really don't need to sit around and talk about boys.
I'm so annoyed with myself. I'm so annoyed with myself. I love Selena's response, by the way. That's the best response I've ever heard. I don't really remember this moment, and I don't really remember asking that question. So I don't know if I came up with that question or if it was written for me, but you might see these interviews and think, oh my God, like, he got to meet Selena Gomez, but I didn't actually get to meet Selena Gomez. It does, in the context of this film, look like the world's most inappropriate question, so I'd like to apologize. We only had like 10 minutes together. When you're interviewing a celebrity like that, you're pretending to be their best friend and not scream, even though it's Selena Gomez. And you have to be really professional, and then also like, I don't know, I feel like I haven't been professional. Anyway, I'm like obsessively in love with Selena Gomez and her art and the lyrics and the power that she is giving the world. So it really upset me that was my moment. And when I sat down to watch it, I was like, oh my God, this is so powerful. What an amazing film. And she goes to the radio promo and I was like, oh God.
Now let's talk about some of the drama that's come from the documentary. As fans were watching, they noticed something was off with Selena's friends, especially Raquel. Now, Raquel and Selena have been friends for over 10 years now, and they're apparently really close. But fans thought Raquel was a little bit rude and dismissive towards Selena throughout the entire documentary. There was this one instance where Selena was about to go on stage and talk about her bipolar diagnosis, and suddenly she started feeling really ill. She was sitting there clearly not feeling her best, and her friend Raquel just kind of walks in like she owns the room and walks right past Selena without saying hi.
Hi, Raquel. Hello, Selena.
Raquel, this is so cute. This is a whole one-piece outfit.
Another time that people are calling out is when they were in Kenya together. Selena started to question what was her reality. She felt like being in Kenya and helping people who needed it was actually reality, and she started to question her life choices and what she wants to do in the future. Raquel ended up making a comment to her saying that this is their reality, this isn't your reality, and that made people really mad. People actually reacted to the clip, writing things like, I see what she's trying to say, that escapism as a coping method isn't healthy, but I think Raquel could have said it in a compassionate way. She deserves so much better when it comes to her friends. But on the other hand, there are some people saying it was probably just some tough love. They've been friends forever, and maybe she's had conversations with Selena like this a million times over, and she knows that that kind of talk is what Selena needs. One person said, I think Raquel is allowed to feel some type of way. You can sometimes be annoyed with your friends. That's normal. If you watch it, Raquel is always busy and tired managing her, as well as being a friend, so it's okay to be tired sometimes. And it's true, we don't really know what their friendship dynamic is, especially only from seeing a few seconds of a clip in some documentary. Yeah, there were some scenes that didn't look the best, but I guess Selena doesn't feel that way because they're still friends. She did reveal on the Kelly Clarkson show that some people in the documentary are no longer in her life now, and a lot of people thought she was talking about Raquel, but according to Selena's recent posts on social media, they're still hanging out and seem to be as close as ever before. Finally, we have to talk about the drama that's going down between Selena and her friend Francia. Now, as I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, Francia was the one who donated her kidney to Selena back in 2017, which is why this whole drama is so shocking to people. Selena recently did an interview with the Rolling Stone, and a quote from that interview was posted to E! News on Instagram, and it says, "I never fit in with a cool group of girls that were celebrities. My only friend in the industry really is Taylor." And right away, a lot of people were like, what about the friend that donated her whole kidney to you? First of all, this friend didn't even get a mention in Selena's documentary, which people already found pretty strange. So seeing this quote made fans think that something was definitely going down between Francia and Selena. One person even said, "Does anyone know what happened to her friendship with Francia? She gave Selena one of her kidneys, so I'm really surprised she didn't include her on her list along with Taylor." And Francia even commented on the post, writing, "Interesting." So when people saw that, they decided to go and check if Francia was still following Selena, and it turns out she wasn't. Selena was still following Francia, so fans were taking this as Francia clearly being hurt by the quote from Rolling Stone. Now, to be fair, a lot of people are saying that Selena wasn't referring to all of her friends. She was only referring to her friends in the music industry. One person wrote, "She's referring to the music industry, which Francia isn't a part of. She refers to Francia as family. This woman constantly has to defend everything she does/says. It's wild." And Selena ended up responding to the drama over her quote. Someone on TikTok posted a video breaking down all the drama.
E! News had made this post in regards to Selena, where Selena said in her Variety interview, "My only friend in the industry really is Taylor." Francia had commented and quickly deleted her comment saying, "Interesting." Francia had donated her kidney to Selena Gomez in 2017, but she was not mentioned at all in the documentary.
And Selena commented under the video, writing, "Sorry I didn't mention every person I know." And if you guys know Selena, you'll know that this is pretty big. She hardly ever responds or gets in the middle of any kind of internet drama, so all the talk about her friendship with Francia must have been getting to her. Now, there have been a lot of mixed reactions to Selena's comment. We have some people who are saying that Selena's comment was totally uncalled for. They think that despite what Selena might have meant by her comment, it still came across as mean. And then there's others who think her intentions with the comment were clear, and people are making a huge deal out of nothing. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. Did you notice anything off about Selena's friends? And how do you feel about this whole drama with Francia? Do you think Selena's comment was kind of insensitive towards Francia? Or do you think it's being blown way out of proportion by the internet? Let me know, and I'll see you next time.